for joining me today. It's a beautiful day outside. We've got a little breeze going, and I wanted to take you on a journey with me over the last several days. My husband and I have been doing a lot of yard work. We've planted shrubs, we've cut trees, we've planted some perennials. I've planted a few more containers, just a little bit of everything, and I thought I would just take you on that journey with me this week. It's been a lot of hard work, and I have got the battle scars to prove it. I've gotten into the poison ivy on my arms and a little bit in other places, and I don't know how I managed to do that, but I did, and whew, it's just like no other. But for those of you that are new here, I want to thank you for joining me, and I got a lot of new subscribers this week, and since I put my video on last week about the porch, I know a lot of people love outdoor things, and so I plan on doing some gardens, and along with I've got a lot of beautiful homes lined up to tour in a couple of weeks, and then I have some more in May and June to do. So you guys just stay with me. I've got lots of good content coming up over the next couple of months, but today I'm going to just kind of show you a little bit of everything we did over the last week out in our yard. And as always, thanks for watching. Well, I've been to Tractor Supply again today, and I need to stay out of there. But I was looking at the garden center, and I looked back there on their clearance rack, and they were adding these beautiful shrubs. And I said, let me go see what those are. And I went over there, and these had been $29.99, and they marked them down to $5 each, because she said they had already bloomed for the year. So she just needed to clear them out of her stock up there. So I bought enough to plant in front of this red building right here. I kind of tried camouflage the building a little bit. This is where my husband does all his stuff back here, and I'm always trying to fix this back section up. And anyway, what these do, they get about 8 to 10 feet tall and about 4 feet wide. And from January to about April here, they bloom, and they're like pinkish white blooms. And then they're evergreen. They stay green the rest of the year. So I thought that would be perfect to go across this red building. So he's coming tubby with the skid loader to try to dig me some holes. So we'll see how this project goes. Well, I'm back out here again today. I'm out in my little side garden on the side of my house, and we finally got all of our bushes planted, the shrubs that we planted that had the flowering, they were called japonicas. We got all those planted. We planted 16 of those. And then for the last couple of days, it's been really, really cool here, so I haven't been able to get outside and do anything. And so today's the first pretty day we've really had. So I've got a few more things to finish up, and I thought I'd share that with you. And then I'll show you a finished, um, I say finished as it can be. I still need to figure out what kind of mulch I want to put down or exactly what I want to do to cover up some of this. Grass doesn't grow good under these trees, so it looks maybe a little dry and dusty looking, but I've still got to do that. But I'll just show you what I'm going to do today, fill up a couple of planters I've got, and then I'll just get a final video. Now I'm over here and I've got this wheelbarrow with this big tub. It's just a metal frame wheelbarrow my dad gave me. And this tub, I added this tub full of dirt. And I wanted to put something out here to plant that'll stay green. And if I try to do flowers, they get too hot over here in this full sun. So I have the most luck with just an asparagus fern. They always seem to do good for me. So I'm just gonna replant this asparagus fern I bought and put it in here. Hope this is deep enough. Cut this wire hanger off. Now, this thing is probably root bound. Oh yeah. Oh my. I'm even sure I can break the roots up. Oh boy. I think we're just gonna... This thing's trying to attack me. This ought to be a funny video. Let's see what that looks like. Turn it a little bit more. Now, now y'all, one thing I don't claim to be is a master gardener. What I do, I plant it if I like it and I do the best I can with it. Now my mom, she's got a green thumb, but me, I try. But I figure if I like it and I enjoy it, that's good enough. Looks better than it did. Now I went back to the Tractor Supply again today, the store I swore I was going to stay out of, to the garden center. And I was trying to think what would look good in this. We have this concrete thing here, and this thing right here, and I try to camouflage it. I think it goes over the sewer thing. And I always put this galvanized container on top of it. And I thought, these white geraniums will show up good with this red background. So I got me a really pretty white geranium that they had at Tractor Supply today. is a Russian sage, and I just needed something a little taller to go on this end of my flower bed. It's just a herb, and it grows so pretty. It gets real airy looking. It has light purple things that just get on the very tip ends, and it gets pretty tall. So I'm going to plant this up here on the end. All right, now I'm down to planting the last thing that I'm going to plant. And I'm going to use my go-to again. Asparagus fern, bacopa, and a red geranium. May use 2 asparagus ferns, just depends on how full this is. I may only just hold 1. Now we're up here at White House Mulch and More, and that's a place that's owned by a dear friend of mine. And this cute little cutie driving this wheel loader, her name is Carly, and she is the daughter of another dear friend of mine. And we just got such a kick out of her. She just jumped right in that little wheel loader, and she's just loading it and dumping it right here in the back of our truck. Now hubby's gone and got out the chainsaw. Gonna cut these dead trees. We lost several of our Leland cypress trees. We had a real cold spell come through. It lasted a few days, and it just did a number. They just couldn't survive. So they're all brown now, and I hate it, but they've got to go.
you.